Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. We're gonna be talking about my August TBR. Oh my god, how is August? My life is going by so fast. So this month I am actually co-hosting a readathon again. I am so excited. I'm gonna be co-hosting Battleathon, which is hosted by Mel from Mel Lenore Reads. I am one of the captains for Team House of Thorns, along with one of my besties, Tori from Tori Between Pages. I will leave everyone and the announcement video and everything linked down below. But I'm so excited because this readathon is based on your star rating and you get higher points for giving a book like 4 or 5 stars. Like the higher you rate a book, the more weight it holds in your point count. AKA all the books I'm gonna be talking about in this video are 5-star predictions. Like, I'm so excited. The other thing I wanted to talk about in relation to this readathon, I literally have not filmed a vlog like since I got these bookmarks, but Mel sent me a whole thing of the bookmarks, which are just so stunning. Like, are you kidding me? Here's House of Thorns, join our team. And then this one's House of Stars. Oh my god, they're just so gorgeous. And then a little sticker, which I'm gonna put on my Kindle, because girl, you know I'm gonna be reading some Kindle Unlimited books in this month. So that's what's going on in August. If you have any interest in joining the readathon, which you totally should, all of the links are gonna be linked down below, like I said, to Mel, to the announcement video, to the rules, to everything you need to know about the readathon. Cannot wait. I hope to see you there on Team House of Thorns, okay? Let's get into the books. I am totally in my fantasy romance girl era right now. If you didn't watch my Romantasy TBR, I'm gonna leave that link down below too. Would 1000% recommend. All my mind, soul, and body wants to do is read Romantasy and or fantasy, so that's like the majority of what I'm gonna be talking about in this video, okay? Book number 1, this is probably my most anticipated 5-star read. Glow of the Everflame by Penn Cole. Cannot wait. So I read Spark of the Everflame back in April, which is the first book in the Kindred's Curse saga, and I absolutely loved it. I gave it 4.5 stars. It was incredible, and I've only heard the second book is even better. So as far as what this book is about, it is a like epic fantasy romance. I feel like that's the best way to describe it. The first book is very heavily fantasy based, where you get great world building. You're following our main character, Diam, who is a healer in this world that's kind of like separated into different realms, and each realm has their own type of magic. So she is a human in this world where there are humans and then there are descendants. And descendants are people basically descended from gods who came down to this planet. So basically you're following Diam as she navigates this world being a healer. She kind of gets recruited to be a healer for the more royalty or the descendant line in her realm, and then she meets like this really hot prince, and then they like have some flirty banter. It was incredible. I gave it 4.5 stars. The biggest hope that I have for this book is that I really want that romance to flourish. I felt like the first part of the book, it was just like a lot of like enemies and the enemies to lovers part, but also the other thing I liked about Spark is that like you really weren't sure who the romance was going to be with until the very end, and I kind of love that. This book is very heavily based on like the fantasy element first rather than the romance, which is my preferred ratio in a fantasy romance novel, and I'm just really excited to see where this romance is going to go, because I already feel like I'm rooting for those characters so much now, and I can't wait to see how they are going to flourish and how they are going to come together as a couple. So absolutely cannot wait. This is truly a 5-star prediction for me. Everyone says this one's better than the first one, so like I can only go up from a 4.5, and what's next? A 5-star. Next up, you guys, I am so excited to talk to you about this book. Okay, the way that everyone is talking about this book right now, the way that I was so reluctant to even think about reading this book, to even think that I would like this, I cannot wait, okay? I would like to read Flawless by Elsie Silver. Is it Flawless or is it Powerless? Which one is the first one? All I know is I want to read the first one in the Chestnut Spring series, okay? I cannot wait for this, and let me tell you why. Number 1, not only is everyone on the booktubes talking about this right now, I feel like it's literally been everywhere, but number 2, my sister binge read these books literally within like a week. She read like all 5 in the series within like 2 weeks of each other, and she was obsessed with them, and she will not stop texting me about them. She's like, Kara, you need to read these right now. So when it's an endorsement from my sister, I absolutely have to, okay? All I know is that the first book in the series is an enemies to lovers cowboy romance, and I must say, I am not a cowboy girl, okay? I am not one to be on the ranches. I am quite scared of horses. Like, that is not really my scene. But like, I am very, very intrigued because I feel like everyone absolutely is obsessed with this series. I will admit though, honestly, I think in another life, I was a horse girl. I don't know, there's something deep down inside that calls me to that, but like, not IRL, you know? But I've just heard that this book series is so incredible. I believe it's a type of series kind of like Bridgerton where you're following different, I don't know if they're brothers or if they're like in a friend group or something like that, but you're following a different person for each book in the series. And like the fact that my sister read all 5 in a row really says something because she's the type of person that only will read like 10 or 12 books a year. But like she read all of these in one go. Like I need to know. I need to know what's gonna happen and I need to like read these books. Or at least give them a try. Next book that I am hoping to read in August, and I don't know necessarily if this is a 5-star prediction, but it's just one that I'm really, really interested right now, is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. Okay, everyone is reading Reckless right now, which is the second book in this series. I was hesitant to get to this book at first because I believe it's a YA, or at least it was classified as YA the last time I was in Barnes & Noble. But everyone is recommending this book. Everyone is talking about this book. It's just going everywhere on the fantasy romance world and booktube and internet, and I need to know what it's about. So in this book, you're following the main character, Peyton, who is an ordinary in this world where there are like elite people, and I think the elite people have a type of magic or something like that. Not 100% sure. And Peyton enters into this competition, which I love a competition trope or a trials trope. It's called the Purging Trials. And something happens where she ends up falling in love with someone. Oh, she unsuspectingly saves the lives of a prince. Okay, done. You know they're gonna fall in love. Done. Again, I don't think this is actually going to be a 5-star. I'm kind of guessing it's going to be a 3 or 4, but I really want to be involved in the discourse surrounding this book, and I want to be like in the in crowd with the people who are reading it right now. So I am very interested in this. I'm not sure if this one's on KU. I kind of don't think it is, so I might have to actually get a physical copy of it, but very much looking forward to reading this one and hoping to get to it very soon. Next book that I am hoping to get to in the month of August is another KU fantasy romance. Honestly, a lot of the books that I just talked about in that Romantasy TBR are books that I want to read ASAP, so sorry I'm repeating myself a lot, but like genuinely want to get to these books right freaking now, okay? This is Heartless Hunter. So this is the first book in the Crimson Moth series, and it is about a witch and a witch hunter. I think they are an enemies to lovers type of romance where the witch hunter is hunting the witch and they fall in love. I don't know. There's fantasy, there's romance. What could be better? People have rated this so highly on the booktubes and on Goodreads, and I'm so interested into getting to this one. I had heard a little bit of talk about it online, but I actually feel like I wasn't persuaded to read this book until I was looking up books that are similar to When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker, which I am absolutely in love with, and this was one of the top recommendations to read if you enjoyed that book. So obviously I am putting this to the top of my TBR. I am so interested in this, and I just like, again, going along the theme of the enemies to lovers, going along the theme of the fantasy romance, like I know what I want and I'm gonna get what I want, okay? So wait, this girl is a witch and then she's like trying to not be discovered, so she has like a secret personality at night. It's like kind of like Hannah Montana. Oh my God. Okay, wait. And then this guy like knows who she is, and then he's trying to get himself into her social circles and pretending to court her? Fake dating? Say no more. Say no more. I am there. Oh my God, I think that's gonna be such a good book. Okay, and it's on Kindle Unlimited. I am in my Kindle Unlimited era right now. Like, I really genuinely think that could be potential to be a 5-star. I've also heard from some people that it's their favorite fantasy book of the year. Like, I'm sold. I'm totally sold. Next book that I am hoping to get to, I know I've talked about this book so many times before, and I know I've talked about all of these books before, but like I haven't gotten a chance to get to them yet, and these are the books that are on my immediate TBR. Golden Sun, here we are again. I think I've talked about this book literally in at least 5 videos at this point. I know, okay, I know. This is the second book in the Red Rising series. The way that I've tried to read this book multiple times at this point, the way that I've tried to listen to the audiobook multiple times over this summer, and I just like, it's not even that I haven't gotten into it, it's just like I haven't committed to it, okay? I have like casually listened to it on a drive home or like casually listened to it here and there, but like I feel like the listening sessions have been so few and far between that I haven't really like gotten into the book yet. And I heard that you don't really like get into the book until part 2, I think. And I've only read up to the start of part 2. So I think I just need to start this book over to give myself a complete refresh. I feel like the minute I start reading it, I'll remember everything. But I read Red Rising earlier this year, which is a sci-fi series by Pierce Brown. It's all about this guy named Darrow who is a red, and his world gets flipped on its head immediately within the first book. It is set in a world where people are sent to Mars to terraform Mars because the Earth is uninhabitable, and you're following Darrow as he realizes everything is not what it seems. He's thrown into these like immense, crazy situations. This is an absolute 5-star prediction. I feel like everyone I hear about who has read this has loved this, and like I need to just start reading it immediately, okay? I already know I'm gonna give this a 5-star, so that's why I wanna read it this month, and I just need to commit. I need to commit to it. Next book that I wanna read is Airfire. I've already talked about this so many times before. I'm doing an entire reread right now of the first part of the Throne of Glass series. I have read Assassin's Blade, Throne of Glass, and I've also finished Crown of Midnight. And my goal is to give myself, my brain, a complete refresh before I start into Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, and Kingdom of Ash. Those are the 3 that I have not read in this series yet. The way I've gotten spoiled for some things already about that series, and those are the last 3 Sarah J Maas books that I haven't read. It is just my goal by the end of the year to complete the series. The other thing that I really want to get to this one for is because I used to do these Throne of Glass vlogs. If you guys remember way back when, you will remember I used to do a completely spoilery reading vlog for each book in this series, and I want to do that for the last 3 books in this series, so expect those videos coming if you enjoyed them. But I need to like remember what I'm going into, and the way that the rereads have been hitting so much better on the second time around than the original, like it's honestly worlds apart. When I read Crown of Midnight, I felt like I understood everything so much better, and I'm just really excited to get into Airfire because I think this book is going to be way better on a reread than when I read it initially. The problems I had with this book initially, I just LOL at. I thought 2 people were related. They are, but they aren't. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, moving on. And last book that I wanna read this month, because again, it's a crime that I haven't read it yet, is Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. Honestly, this is not a 5-star prediction. I kind of have a feeling I'm going to give it a 3 or 4 star, but I'm just in this moment where all I want to do is read fantasy romance, and I want to get caught up on all these books that I haven't read yet. For example, like Throne of Glass, and also this one. There are so many people in my life that want to talk to me about this book, slash kind of spoiled the ending a little bit. Not their fault, it's my fault, okay? But I really need to know what's happening in this book, especially because my in-person book club, like we love to talk about fantasy romance, and everyone has read this book except me. Whenever anyone talks about it, I just have to like plug my ears and like try not to listen. But I read Fourth Wing last November, and I really enjoyed it. And I know that there's so many problems with this book, but I can't help but love it. Okay, if you don't know what Fourth Wing is about, essentially it's about this girl named Violet, and she has been thrown into the Rider Squadron at this school where she learns to become a dragon rider, and there is a fantasy romance enemies to lovers element of it. It's just a fun kind of dark academia school setting. Are there many issues with this book? Absolutely, but like I liked it, okay? I liked it, and that's all I'm gonna say. So really hoping to get to this one. I know that people say that it's like way too long, it needed to be edited more, and there's a lot of issues with it, but I need to read it. All right, so that is my complete August TBR. I know I've talked about these books so many times before, but like, I actually want to read them, and this month is going to be the month because so many of these are 5-star predictions, and like this is the month to read 5-star predictions. If you are interested in battleathon or signing up, I'm going to leave the announcement video link down below. Please join House of Thorns. I am so excited, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the Discord. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Peace and love, everyone. Bye.